Yeah, what's up, guys? That's your boy Cool Man 100X. Welcome back to the Division 2. My girl Default Black Bitch. How you guys doing? Welcome back. We got a nice build for you guys. We got a couple of builds coming, so I hope y'all enjoy. We will be having some exclusive builds on the membership, so become a member. I got a real big build that I'm working on, and that'll be on the membership, so you can definitely go to the 3rd tier, become a member. It's not that expensive, so so yeah, we'll be having it pop up in a video, something like that in the future. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of builds coming that I'm working on. So yeah, these couple of builds is gonna be something that you can use just to give you a base bearing on how the game is running, and you'll be able to farm materials, control points, anything that you want with this build. So it's pretty decent. I thought it'd be kind of cool to give you guys just give it to you guys. So the cool thing about this build is that we're gonna be looking into the full overall build. I will have gameplay after I explain the whole build, so you will be seeing gameplay at the end. So if y'all want to stick around, watch the gameplay, sit back, relax, and just see how the build is ran. So yeah, so you know. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be coming out in the, first thing that a lot of people don't understand is that you want to come out in the specialization, which would be gunner, or any, but we're going to be using tactician. So the tactician, we're going to do the assault rifle, and you can either do the shotgun, assault rifle, and all that stuff. So we want to put more into the assault rifle side of things. So that's where we're going to be focusing on first. So for the overall build itself, we're going to be coming out in 2 of these. I don't have any of these left, so I'm working on to get these now, so we don't have nothing but basically the critical hit recovery and the critical momentum. So I'm gonna be start working on that either heavier, but the overall build works without it. But if you get, you know, the pulse and all that stuff, you'll be able to utilize it. So let's jump into the build that we're going to be using. Our skills are going to be the turn and the drone. So this is all skill based power. So we're going to be focusing on just using the skills. We're not going to be, you don't have enough to, you know, really fight. So we're going to be utilizing our skills more, because that's the whole point of this build, is utilizing the skills long, where to play skills long, you know, and all that stuff. I might have a breakdown on how to effectively use skill builds. In this instance, this skill build. So what we're going to be looking at first is the guns. We're going to be looking at our primary, secondary, and pistol. So what we're going to be coming out in is called the test subject. The test subject is one of my favorite guns that I use. So the total is 85, 700 RPM. Everything is pretty much max. We got a 9 weapon damage on here too as well. We got our stability maxed out, but the cool thing about this is that we have perfectly in sync. Hitting an enemy grants 20% skill damage for 5 seconds using a 9 shield or skill damage, and an enemy with a skill grants 20% weapon damage for 5 seconds. And damage increases doubles while both buffs are active at the same time, so these buffs can definitely be activated literally at any time. So that's pretty cool. For our secondary, we're running with the Bullet King, because I like to have bullets, so in case I'm running out of bullets, I always have this to just switch to, just in case. So we got the Bullet King. We already have this 9 weapon damage, so we got 100 in the chamber plus 55 with it too as well. And we actually got everything matched: LMG, damage out of cover, and crit hit damage. Pretty much it. You already know what the weapon does. For every 100 bullets it hits an enemy, replenish some of the ammo to it. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. For our pistol, we're going to be running is the Max 9. The Max 9 is pretty much self-explanatory. We already got match attributes that comes with it when we use a tactician, so it's pretty cool as well. We got a talent called the Headshot, grants 25% skill damage. So if you get a headshot with the pistol for 15 seconds, you get 25% skill damage with this. So this is pretty cool if you just want to switch to the pistol and get some damage too as well, in case you're running out of ammo. Alright, so we're going to get into the full overall build here as well. So we're going to be jumping into this a little bit more thoroughly. So pay attention, sit back, and everything. So, for the head, we got the Empress International. What's cool about this is we have 3 pieces of it. So this gives us unlocked 10% skill health, 10% skill damage, and 8% skill efficiency. Skill efficiency is really good in this game. We got a expertise of 7 in here. We have pretty much everything maxed, and the skill haze status effect, and I want to change that with status effect. I actually have another, if I'm not mistaken, another helmet with I probably don't do I can switch that status effect with that. No, I actually got that with the status effect. That's crazy. But you can actually switch that out, that status effect out with Also, you can switch that out, the status effect instead of duration. You can put skill haste or skill damage or anything that you want to do. Pretty much skill damage. You can, if you looking to actually add the skill damage to as well, we can actually go over here. If you don't mind, you can actually go to the tinker here and go down to your helmet, and you can actually, you know, switch it instead of status effect. You can put the skill damage, which you can actually transfer it over here. Show you guys who don't know how to do it. Bam, there go your skill damage right there. So we actually added the skill damage, skill haste, and we got the skill tier there as well instead of the skill status effect. So I definitely help you guys out for that too as well. So now we have a skill damage here, so you can actually switch that up if you want to. You can actually put, instead of duration, if you want to, you can either put duration is good, but in case you want to add, just giving you guys options to, you can add more skill haste, you can add, you know, anything that you pretty much want. In this instance, I will put skill haste to make everything more faster. So now you have max skill haste, skill damage, and more skill haste. So that's pretty good. For the back, we're going to go down the list here. We're going to go to the chest. The chest here, I got skill haste, skill damage here. Cool thing about this is a Hana-U. Hana-U unlocks for our 2 pieces, unlocks the skill haste and skill damage too as well. So just like I said, we got 7 expertise. We'll be probably maxing this out even more. But the cool thing is the kinetic momentum, which and willing combat skill grants a stack while active or not on cooldown. Stats increases your total skill damage by 1.5 and a total skill repair by 2% up to 15 stacks per skill loss when on cooldown. Now the cool thing about this, you don't even have to be on cooldown and you still be able to get skill damage each time. So that's a pretty good deal as well. The next one is going to be in our exotic, which is waveform. I love waveform. We got a skill tier with it. We get a 7 expertise with it right there. We got skill damage, skill haste on here too. Alternative. And it grants between 10 stacks. If it max at 10, it goes to the left. If it max 10, it goes to the right, which would be your skill turret and the turret, the striker, you know what I'm saying, these two here. That's pretty good for waveform. Our backpack is what makes this build even more deadlier. We have perfect arm, just like I said, it unlocks skill damage. We already got another 10% skill damage, so that's already 20. And we got another skill haste, and then we can put another skill haste on here in case. Just like I said, you got an option to make the build that you want to build. So if you got more skill haste, shoot, put more skill haste on there. I like having more skill haste. The faster my build comes back, the faster. But you can either use duration if you want to. But I think when you have more skill haste in a way, it makes it a little bit more easier. But you can actually add crit damage or whatever you want. But more skill haste is way more deserving than anything in the game. So be mindful of that, how you add skill haste and everything. So, you know, you can definitely add anything that you want, but skill haste duration is pretty much what I like to mess with the most. So the higher the skill haste, the higher you can have stuff come back even quicker. So yeah, I'm just 1% off. I'll probably get another gear of mine later on down the line. The next one's going to be the hands. Pretty much same skill haste, skill damage. We already unlocked the skill efficiency, which makes it even better. Because we got 3 Empress too as well. And also with the knee pad, same thing. We got another Empress, which will give us 3 to unlock that skill haste. And we got the 7 expertise with another skill tier as well. And also this unlocks the skill damage and skill haste too as well. Pretty much it here for our levels. We already got everything pretty much maxed out, which should give us that scare. So that's pretty much it there. So let's go to our stats here. For weapon damage, we're coming out with a smooth 85,000, but this build is not to be in a combat mode type of build. So we're just focusing on, you know, we're not worried about the headshots and none of that stuff. We're pretty much focusing on pretty much our skill and stuff like that. So that's what we're really focusing on here is that. Just like I said, it's all going towards the skill. So we got 143 skill haste, which give us a 10-second cooldown, which is decent for me in a way. If we can get that 1%, we could probably get it down to 9 if we get that extra 1%. But yeah, I thought this was decent. We got 3 million health. Duration is 200. We got a damage of this 81,000, which is decent. For our tool here as well. So it's not bad. So, for this is just for our drone, because our drone, you know, pulling that 81,000, which is cool. And PvP gets you, 16,000. So that's not beast. But our turret was is the deadliest part of this. We get a 9-second cooldown, which is cool. We get a 9-second cooldown, and we got a 6 tier. So that's pretty cool as well, because we get the 6 tier on here as well, which makes this even more deadlier. I'm gonna explain that to you as well. Where we get the 9-second cooldown, duration is, 245. We got 6 million health, 142,000 damage, not including with the buffs that we'll get from the build itself. So be mindful of that. We're shooting, we actually making it more stronger. And also for the PvP, we get 35,000 too as well. So now, we're going to be looking at the, actual drone itself. So we can actually, look at the drone here. So we actually pull in the 6th tier. Will give us the 120 damage with 420% health, which is cool. We actually got the battery slot, everything slot, hull slot, feed slot. So I'm actually looking for more slots for this, so we can add to it and make it better, maxed out slots in the future. But overall, if you get the maxed out slots, you're good. We got a 9 expertise, which give us a 9. On top of that 120, we got a plus 9% striker, so that's striker damage, so that's even better. Push it up even further, which give us a cooldown of around 10 seconds. And our damage, either increase, so it goes up or down, so depending on how everything is leveled. So yeah, depending on how you play, it actually goes higher. So I'm looking at that too as well. For the turret, which is one of my favorites, we get a 9-second cooldown, which is give us 140, so that actually goes up or down. Plus we got the tier 6, and also we got the expertise adding that 9% to the 120% as well. Then we got the same type of slot, the magazine, damage, duration, skill, haste, stuff like that. So we're going to be looking a little bit more into adding a little bit more slots to the damage. So I might have a part 2 coming out for this build in case. So yeah, so overall this build, I like to come out with the grenade, anything else I pretty much don't run, but the grenade is pretty much good. But overall the build is great. For adjustments on my gun, in case nobody know, I got the scope, the critical hit chance, 15 extra rounds. I put 45 in there. Bullet King pretty much locked. Pistol pretty much locked. Only add the extra 11 rounds or optical if you want to. So you can definitely utilize that if you want. We come out in Tactician. You can add these when I get them, in the future, but you can definitely add these modifiers if you can. It makes the build even more better, but overall you can definitely farm the whole time with this build. So I hope you enjoyed the build. I hope you enjoyed this pretty long video of me explaining it. So I hope y'all enjoy. We back in this fold. Bill King is back. Hope y'all enjoy and take a look at the gameplay. Thank you guys for joining, and check you guys on the next one.
Reinforcements in place.